Hey good people, Nails by Rah here. Welcome to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are new, welcome to the village. I'm so happy that you chose this page because you couldn't went anywhere, but you decided to be here with me. I'm going to do this tutorial start to finish so that you can get a true feel for how long this service is supposed to take when you're removing old product and putting on a new product. In this tutorial, I'm doing a French tip dip powder with my Elite Design dipping system. And if you're paying attention to the screen behind me, I'm removing the old sander bit and replacing it with a new one. Make sure that your nail tech, whoever you go to, does that before they service you. So we're gonna get into it. I'm cutting these nails down because, as you saw earlier, I broke my middle finger and it didn't hurt because I broke the acrylic, but my actual nail was still okay. But I needed to cut these down anyway. I'm back to corporate America on Monday and it's time. So again, I'm doing the French tip dipping system and I wanted to give you a feel for how long this service is naturally supposed to take. Yes, I did speed these videos up because you can get the gist of what I'm doing just start to finish on here. So after I've cut all of the nails down, I'm a stickler about shape, so I go in and shape. This is a 180 grit zebra file. And I just like to do that beforehand, before soaking my nails. There is no rhyme or reason to it. I just prefer to do it that way because if you are going to soak your nails in the acetone for an extended amount of time, it can cause some discomfort if you go in and shape the nail naked after having it soak for so long. So I like to get this part out of the way. We work smarter, not harder at Nails by Rah. So this is an awesome time to go in, perfect any imperfections from clipping, freeform, and then afterwards you're going to see me soak my nails. So an interesting thing about soaking your nails in the acrylic is, I learned this actually going to get my nails done, is place a paper towel or a warm towel in the bottom of your bowl or add some kind of heat, and it comes off like, it just comes off so fast. So you're gonna see me drill these down, taking as much color off as possible and then soaking. I am a firm believer in saving some time, so I went ahead and sped through the soaking process. You get the drift. So I mentioned earlier that you warm up the towel and place your hands in there, and honestly, it came off really fast. And here I am getting off any of the debris left over and roughing up my nail bed to redo the dip powder. I'm pushing back the cuticle ever so gently, and you may see me go in and do a light manicure, a light dry manicure, just to get rid of any of those hangnails, flyaways, or what have you that are on my cuticle. I want a flawless finish, and that's what I'm doing. I go off camera a little bit so that I can see better because, again, I was doing this looking through the camera and sometimes it got confusing, so bear with me. Just as long as you can get what I'm doing. Again, I'm being so gentle and the speed is low. It's not super high because I am dealing with delicate skin here. So I'm pushing back the cuticle ever so gently while removing any of the particles left over from my removal. I know you're wondering, hey, Rah, are you right-handed or left-handed? I am actually right-handed. I learned to be ambidextrous as a nail technician. There is a saying that goes, if your nail tech can't do her own nails, then and you raise your eyebrow. I'm kidding, that's not true. But I take it personally if my nails look a mess. And I've shared this before on my podcast, Confessions of a Nail Tech, when it comes to keeping your nails done as a licensed professional or keeping your hair done as a licensed professional. It's free advertisement. But yes, I had to learn how to be ambidextrous doing my own nails. Fun fact. All right, for the fun part here, you already know we are dehydrating those nail beds because, baby, if you don't do this part, you might as well just start over if you if you decide to dip without dehydrating your nail plate. Listen, this is important right here. If you don't have a dehydrator, use alcohol, but I highly recommend using a nail dehydrator to remove any excess oils from your nail plate. And I'm using the ANC base. I'm using Crystal Clear by Elite Design Dipping System. And I have my Elite Design Dipping System Smile Tray, my base, and my clear. I do go off camera a little bit. As you know, I'm a perfectionist, so I go off camera a little bit to make sure that I can see what I'm doing. And that first part, it's always going to be your base coat. You always want to have your base coat is your foundation. It is the rock that keeps your nails together. So do your base. Some may argue that a base is not necessary for the French tip. I disagree. My best rule of thumb is you do what is best for you and your nails if this is something that you're doing for a DIY. However, for me and mine, I always do a base coat just to protect your nail bed from, your nail plate from any damage, or it's just that extra stability that you're going to build upon once you're doing your French tip dip. All right, and we are at the point where we all have been waiting for, the Elite Design Dipping System, brought to you by Elite Design Dipping by Premium Nails. I do go off camera a little bit to make sure that I am doing this correctly. I am human. I make mistakes. And I like to make sure that my lines are together so that way I can show you how to properly dip them. And I also go off camera so that I can actually see. Again, I am looking through my phone. So sometimes you mess up sometimes, but this is not one of those tutorials. I will come back on camera to show you. As you can see, I've already completed one hand and I'm going in and completing the other. And I will come back on camera to show you right here that after you dip in the white to get your perfect smile line, you dip into the clear to protect the color. And you repeat this on all 9 digits until you are at the desired thickness and color that you prefer for your French tip. Because my nails are shorter, I like a thin to medium white line. So I want it to look as close to natural as possible. And you can do this at your own discretion and decide what it is that you enjoy. Something I enjoy doing after I've done my French tip is I like to go over one more time with a clear coat just to protect what the work that I've just done. There's nothing that sucks more than thinking you are finished, going to drill, and realizing that no, you are not finished dipping. So that is also a rule of thumb that I like to do. After I've done my French on all 10 fingers, the alternating between the white and the clear, I like to go over all 10 digits one final time with just the clear to close up everything that we've done. This is the final step as far as dipping. And then once this part is completed, we follow up with our 3, which is the activator. You'll see me do that a couple of times in just a little bit to make sure that we're drying and solidifying everything that we did in step 2. All right, we'll give it one final tap and we're going to dust off all of the product. Any loose powder, we're going to dust that off before we apply our activator, which is our number 3. This is our 3. And you just generously go over the work that you just completed. They look so beautiful already. And pardon my skin. I did soak my nails in acetone, so naturally my skin absorbs some of it and my nails are dry. I mean, my skin is dry. So that's what you're seeing. But don't these look amazing already? And we're not even finished. We have to reshape them just in case they lost any shape, and also buff any imperfections, removing any from the cuticle. And then once we've done that, we're going to reapply that activator one more time, and some may argue that that step is unnecessary. I do this as added security to make sure the finishing gel dries normally. So after you see me do this, I will sit for a little bit. You do feel the nails harden, so you will feel that chemical reaction. Some people experience a little heating sensation. Some people don't experience that at all. It just hardens on your nail like traditional acrylic would if you were using the powder and the monomer. And with this part here, I go in after I let it sit for a little bit because I don't like to file too soon, because again, if you file too soon, you could potentially damage your acrylic because it hasn't settled yet. So after you've done this part, you want to sit for a little bit like you just saw me do, and then you will know because you'll feel the difference between how it felt before putting the number 3 on and then how it feels after putting the number 3 on your nails, the activator. So here, I'm just going in, making sure that I have my square round for my French tip, and they look so beautiful. I'm shaping them to my nails and shaping them to the size of my hand because I do have small hands. I'm a small woman, so my nails have to match that. And that's what I'm doing here. I may go off camera, on and off camera, just to perfect anything that I'm seeing. But again, make sure that after you do the activator, you're going in and removing any of the acrylic off of your cuticle, making sure that your nails look flawless as they possibly can. And you're going to see me go on with another bit in just a few moments here to clean up anything else that may have sat too close to the cuticle for my liking. We give those nails one more final buff before we go in with that activator one last time to make sure that we are solid after all of the work that we've done. And this is the step where you do want to sit for about 3 minutes. That's my rule of thumb. 3 minutes to make sure the nail has absorbed the activator before we apply our finishing gel. Now, the reason we do this is because if you apply the finishing gel before the number 3 has had an opportunity to dry, you will ruin your brush because there will be a chemical reaction that happens between the activator and the finishing gel. Okay, you will harden the finishing gel's brush if it touches the activator on your nail plate too soon. So you want to wait about 3 minutes before going in and applying your finishing gel. That is my general rule of thumb. You sit and wait for 3 minutes. So after you've done that, you go in with your finishing gel, and guess what? You guessed it, we are finished at this point. After we do this step, we do it once over on one hand, once over on the other hand, and one more time on both hands, and let them sit for 2 to 3 minutes. I always do the maximum time because drying times may vary. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope this has been helpful, and feel free to comment, subscribe, like, email me your questions at nailsbyrah@gmail.com, and visit me at www.nailsbyrah.com. Make sure you tune in to Confessions of a Nail Tech podcast. It is every Tuesday. We're starting back up in October for season 3. We just wrapped up season 2, so make sure you tune in. All right, ciao for now.